Yes. So are we live now?
I guess no.
Uh, Hi guys, hi Divyansh, hi Malhar.
Hi.
We are live on YouTube and LinkedIn. So I guess we'll prefer to use English more instead of Hindi. I just got a call from my aunt, and I guess like we also have an audience coming from US too for this session.
Okay.
So like then it will become a little difficult, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, let me just check it once. Yeah, we are live on YouTube and LinkedIn.
Okay.
So let's just wait for a while, for a minute or two, and let us allow the audience to join.
yeah, great.
Yeah. Then we'll simply start with first Divyansh introduction, and then Malhaz introduction, and then we'll dive into the session.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I guess we are good to go. Uh, welcome Divyansh. Thanks for taking out time today. And hi Malar. Uh,
Hey, hi. Good evening.
yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining Malar. Thanks for joining Divyansh.
Yeah,
So like today we have like for all the audience, I'll just give like brief introduction. So today we have Divyansh, who's founder of Intrepid Geeks, and Malhar, who's representing Outscale today. And we are like doing this live session, which is also we like will be resharing it as a podcast eventually by Intrepid Geeks. And like this is our first event in collaboration with Divyansh and Intrepid Geeks. And we hope to do multiple events after this as well. And so like we hope Divyansh that we answer all your questions today, and we'll be able to give insight to your audience about the game development industry and how Outscale is playing a role in helping people build a career in the game development industry. So, like, not taking much time, I'll hand over the stage to you and Malhar. So, Malhar, you can start with your introduction, and then Divyansh will take over. Thank you so much, guys.
yeah. Thanks a lot, Piyush. Good evening, everyone. So, my name is Malhar Devasthali. I am from Kolhapur, Maharashtra. I completed my bachelor's of computer science engineering in 2019. Then done internship. Then I got to know about Outscale, and currently I am working as a subject matter expert of game development in Outscale. So throughout, it's been a wonderful journey. I would love to share the entire journey of my engineering as well as the game development with you. So yeah, I hope this will be like a very interacting and very engaging session with you. So Divyansh.
Right. Thanks, Malhar and whole Outscale team for having this podcast session on your platform. So it must be fruitful for the students so that it would be worth to watch. This is Divyansh Sharma from Intrepid Geeks, and we conduct podcast at Intrepid Geeks covering engineering stories of people who are doing best in their respective fields. And I was very curious about game development, and then I discovered Outscale. I discovered Mayank, who is running Outscale, and we decided let's conduct a podcast over game development and let the students know more about it. So usually in our podcast we start from the point where the speaker has just decided to do engineering, to the point when they entered into engineering, what were their problem statements, what were their learnings, what were their failures, and finally when they were drifting from this academic world to professional world, how they managed it, and the thing which they are doing right now, how it is related to their engineering life. So Malar, I would love to know how engineering entered into your mind. Means why engineering is my first question to you.
Okay. So why engineering? It is like very famous question, and majority of the time we heard a lot of answers like I wanted to do engineering because like majority of the time in India, engineering and doctorate is considered as like all the top population courses. But in my case, from the childhood itself, I was playing a lot of games. So means I still remember that feeling when I was playing Aladdin game and IGI. If anyone know about IGI game like first person shooter. So at that time itself, I just got to connect with computers a lot, and there were lots of curiosity in my mind, even if I was on the fourth standard. So how the Aladdin is like pressing, Aladdin is like jumping only after I'm pressing the space, how he's running only after I am pressing the arrow keys, how computer is detecting that, how the software is like getting built inside that. So such kind of curiosity was there. And my at that time means majority of the internet and all the wi-fi geo, this took place I guess on the 2018 and 2019. And when I was like fourth or fifth standard student, there were not so much about internet all over in world, right? So that's why that curiosity just tilted towards the engineering. I thought engineering will give me all those answers, why, how the softwares are working and all the stuff. So that was the core reason I decided the computer science engineering at the age of like when I was in 8th standard. At that time itself I was decided to be computer science engineer, and the main reason was, to be honest, the games itself.
Great. So there are very few people who actually decide that they want to be engineer. From most of the people we hear that engineering was just a thing which happened means coincidentally, and we are doing it, and we don't know why we do it. But yes, there should be a reason of doing anything. And if you are doing engineering, you must know why you are doing it. Otherwise, you will wander here and there in all 4 years of life. Now, getting into your engineering journey, so you are from Maharashtra, Kolhapur,
Yeah.
and usually the students at Intrepid Geeks are from North India region. So
Okay.
they would love to know what kind of life you were living in your engineering.
Okay.
How was your first year? Were you a kind of shy person in your first year, or you were energetic and open to learning? Were
Okay.
you involved in some communities to learn academic and technical skills as well? What was that all exposure which you get from your engineering journey?
Okay. So first of all, my engineering college was Sanjay Ghodaut institutions. So in Kolhapur, there are like bunch of colleges, and to be honest, there are like variety of colleges there are in India, right? Tier one, tier two, tier three. So I was properly from tier three college itself. due to various reasons I didn't crack a good college, but at the end I just end up in a tier 3 college. But overall engineering experience was great. As Divyansh has asked, from first year itself I was like very energetic. I just I'm that kind of person who like loves to take a part in different kind of activities, as well as different kind of community building sessions as well. So in my college I faced a lot of difficulties while learning coding, means what exactly to do, because if anyone is from tier 3 college they might relate my situation with them. Because majority of the time what happens, we don't know exact path where to go. And from first year itself I was knowing I want to make my games, but I end up using different software. So I will brief down the discussion, like in the problems that I face while making games is like, in first year I decided okay I want to make games, and that's why I just joined computer science engineering. So I just tried using Android Studios. Ultimately Android Studio is not a software which useful for making games, it is useful for mobile apps. So I thought okay, games are nothing but mobile apps, so if I want to make games I should learn Android Studio, and that was like wrong turn. So after that, majority of the time there were lots of setbacks because lack of knowledge, because in Kolhapur literally there is no one who knows about game development. There are only few percentage of people. I might be wrong, but I guess I might be the only one who is knowing about the game development in entire region of Kolhapur. So after that, I decided, okay, I was using the entirely wrong software. The software that I should use is like Unity 3D, Unity, Unreal Engine, and Cry Engine, and lots of engines are there. So overall, such kind of difficulties I faced due to lack of knowledge in entire environment. So in tier 3 college such things happened a lot. Suppose if you are purchasing like engineering via IITs or NITs, their environment is so matured. You might get the similar kind of people. Suppose I would suppose I was doing a engineering in NIT or IIT, then I bet there are lots of students who already know about Unity, who already know about Unreal, who already know about those softwares which are helpful for making games. So that kind of difference is there in tier 3 and tier 1 college. That's what I can say.
Right. So, what are the key points that a student must to keep in mind if he or she is from tier three college? Because
Hmm.
we get to hear a lot of debates about does college matter. So I agree with this point that yes, college matters, but up to a level.
Yeah.
There are some limitations to that. So what a student from tier three college must keep in his or her mind while doing engineering.
Yeah, that's a very great question. So, first of all, if you are a tier 3 college student, please don't underestimate yourself, because majority of the time what I have observed is in my region as well as all over the tier 3 colleges in India, people are like very shy and very protective about themselves. They just fear to come out and say. And somewhat at some stages it applies to me as well. Suppose if I will be like openly sharing to everyone, okay guys, I want to make games, can anyone help me? So that answer might, I may have got my answer at the age of second year itself, but I got the answer after completing 4 years. So if you are not opening up about your dreams, about your passion, then there might be like lot of delay in your process. I'm not saying you are late if you are in tier 3 college, but the point is, first thing to keep in mind, do not over expect from your college, especially if you are in a tier 3 college. Because majority of the time what happens, we are expecting a lot on college. Okay, college which will take care, I am submitting assignments, I am regular in classes, I am doing good in my exams, so college will take care of me. But that is a great myth, guys, to be very honest. Even if you consider tier 1 colleges, very few folks like are driven towards the like distinction and kind of mark. And to be honest, in engineering, I'm not underestimating toppers and all this stuff. you are topper, that's really great. But even if you are not in top 3, or like you are in not that distinction mark zone, but on the other hand, if you are gaining knowledge, suppose you are like learning new technologies, suppose you are learning new languages. So I'm specifically talking about computer science, but on the other hand, they are like, if the audience is from civil engineering, mechanical engineering, there are lots of technologies to learn apart from the college syllabus as well. So what I have observed in tier 3 college is majority of the syllabus is outdated and industry is not using that syllabus. Again, I'm not saying do not study that, study that for exam sake, study for that your course completion sake, but apart from that, you have to learn and you have to keep updating yourself as per the industry. So what exactly is going on in industry, and you have to be acquiring those toolkits.
Yes,
So
yes.
that these are the advices for the tier 3 colleges.
Great. And I think internet has brought up a lot of equality
Yeah.
between students of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 colleges. Earlier, back when I was doing engineering, we used to go for offline events only. There
Yeah.
were not much of the online events we used to hear about. But today, I think every day there are some or the another online event which is happening here and there. And students across India, out from outside India, are joining, collaborating together. So this has brought up a lot of equality among the colleges of different cities, different areas, different countries. And I think students must explore this opportunity of participating in online events more and more if possible, because this is what community is all about. You can't go from one place to another place daily, but yes, you can attend at least one event of 40 minutes, 1 hour daily in order to improve yourself, in order to get to aware, right? So, Malhar, how game development entered into your life? You have told us about that. But what was that point from where you can say that yes, I was on a right track to learn? How that discovery of right track happened into your life? I must believe that it would be a trial and tested way. But yes, we should let it out from you.
Yes, yes, surely. So I completed my first year. When I completed my first year, I was a second class student. To be very honest, I couldn't even make up to the first class itself. So at that time, I was like feeling very low, means like very feeling very bad as belonging. First of all, if you are like in a tier 3 college, there is a lot of pressure on you on everything. Like getting job from tier 3 college itself is a like very good thing. On the other hand, NITs and IITs, like they all do placements above 10 lakh, 15 lakh, like their packages are like way much beyond for the freshers. But on
Right.
the other hand, tier 3 colleges, even if you are getting a job, that is like also achievable thing. At that time I couldn't even make up to the first class and I was like feeling very low. After that, I just entered into my stream, like, that is the second year. So after second year I finished up with the distinction. So then I got to realize that these numbers will not gonna help me. So I started exploring about my region. So I was living in Kolhapur. I was Hello. Okay, sorry. I was leaving Kolhapur. I was living in Kolhapur, and at that time, I just started exploring all the courses which are like local courses where I can take some certifications about Java, where I can learn C++, where I can learn C sharp. But at that time also, I just tried pushing, knocking all the doors. But at that time also, I just didn't got satisfied about what they are offering. So majority of the time mixed reviews are there. These institutions are not that great. Doing a certification might not also help. So there were a lot of confusion after second year as well. So what to do, how to be in a right position after finishing your fourth year. So if you started thinking about placements and getting a job after fourth year, and if you are in tier 3 college, you will not gonna crack that, because you have to start preparation of yourself way before that. So that is also the key point if you are like tier 3 college. So after second year I decided to learn about the external toolkits and external skill sets. So then I got to know about gate preparation. So I was not getting what to do exactly, to be very honest. After second year, there was no proper action plan in front of my eyes. So the gate appeared. Gate, we all know how tough that exam is. So I decided that, okay, I'm not getting what to do. I should try for the hardest thing. let's try for the hardest thing and let's do something in these 2 years. So when third year started, I just started preparation of gate very rigorously. I was like waking up at 5 a.m. There was a friend of mine who was like preparing for me for the gate. So whenever you are not getting what to do in your life now, at least try to do hardest thing. That
Right.
is my suggestion. At least you will reach somewhere. Even if your aim is too high, I literally aim for IIT Bombay. I literally aim for AIR1. I will finish up what I end up doing, but I will share that in future, further talk. So my aim was like, okay, I'm preparing for gate, I'm preparing for the hardest thing, then my aim should be like IIT Bombay, number one college of the India for computer science engineering for MTech. That's it. So for that, I was like waking up 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day before college hours, and I was like preparing. Actually, I took a course of Ravindra Babu Ravla. Majority of the people, he's like very famous guy. So I took a course of him. I just invested some amount of money as well into that. So again, one more thing: if you want to do something in life, there is little bit amount of investment as well, guys. Uh,
Mhm.
um, I totally agree. If you are doing engineering, you are already investing 4 to 5 lakhs in 4 years. But to be honest, if the college is not that worth enough, you have to invest some more amount as well. So I invested money, invested my time, and I literally, we actually, me and my friend, we prepared for gate at almost 19 months. For 19 months. And after that, at the time of gate, I learned a lot. So I covered entire syllabus of gate, I covered entire syllabus of aptitude, maths, and everything. So I still remember, we just wrote notes of every topic and everything, problem solving. And there were almost 25 notebooks written in our own like handwriting, me and my friend, means my 25 and his 25. Total 50 notebooks were written in our own hand notes. So such kind of efforts are like we have already put in our gate preparation. And I just end up clearing that, means I just end up like in a 90 percentile, means I just cleared the gate, means my target was achieving 70 out of 100. I just end up achieving only 31. So at that time, even before joining the gate was on 3rd of February of 2019. Even at the 1st of February, I was knowing I have done whatever I can. So there are lots of time where you have to take a decision. Okay, this is not my path. This might not be my path, right? I literally tried my best. I literally wrote everything. I literally invested my time on problem solving. And before giving a gate attempt, I was knowing that yeah, it might not work out. But after gate, I was like pretty much sure. Okay, I have done. I was totally satisfied with my efforts. So that is very important. So at this time, majority of the people are like stuck whether to let it go or whether to continue. It is not a give up, guys. If you have already given 100%, and if you are like letting that go, there is a thin line between letting go and give up. So give up means you are like doing nothing, and letting go is trying new thing. Okay, I just let the gate. Okay, that may not be that may not be my way, right, to achieving things. So it's like similar point. If you are a bird, you can't swim. If you are a fish, you can't fly. So if you are like already worked hard for these 19 months, and if the result is not getting out, then there was no point stretching. I many my parents suggested that, my friends suggested that you should try for the second attempt. But the point was happened, in 19 months of preparation, my entire syllabus was already covered. Means my as well as my friends entire syllabus was already covered at the 12th month itself. So we have 6 months in our hand for the revision. So at that time we failed rigorously. So we just can't, I'm not that kind of studious guy who like sit in front of books and notebook for 12 hours. And to be honest, to crack IITs, at least you must have to be extraordinarily intelligent. There are like bunch of students who crack gate and IIT JE, IIT advanced within just 4 to 5 months of preparation. Either you can be in that category, or you must be like very hard about the studies, like studious guy, like studying for 12 to 13 hours. So I was not that kind of student, and I just felt that, because I said, okay, my syllabus is complete, what else I can do? So there was no point continuing gate. And at that time I decided, okay, now it's time to get back to the track, and let's focus on the game development only. The whole purpose of joining the engineering, let's focus on that. And then I decided, okay. And at that time also, that was a very hard decision, because the placements in our college, not a single gaming company was showing up. And I again decided I am not sitting for the placements. After failing a lot, means after, like, there was a huge failure of my life, gate, because I literally invested a lot of efforts and a lot of emotions. So after gate, deciding not going for like a proper IT software job and doing game development was also a crucial decision. But at that time I decided, okay, the whole reason of joining the engineering was game development. I will focus on the game development. And then I got to know about YouTube series as well as YouTube channels. And then if you get to know about the internet, and if you get to know about the community, as just Divyansh said, so you learn a lot. So at that time my journey started. I built my portfolio. I just cracked the internship. After that, the outscale thing.
So
Yeah.
what
So
are your sources of learning?
means the game development, or like overall engineering.
Game development.
First, like, Google was the only source, as everyone else is doing the same. So I after fourth year, I just started watching YouTube. I just started preparing small games of mine. I just started putting them on a Wix site to showcase my portfolio, kind of thing. So at that time I felt that I was only one search away to get on the track. Literally, how to make games, I was literally one search away to achieve whatever I can do. But at that time, whatever I was explaining, the second year phase, the third year phase, trust me, the things are going in very high velocity. You just don't know what to do. And at that time you may end up doing something else. But ultimately, I personally feels that the gate journey, that decision, that 19 months preparation will also help me a lot in future, as well as already helped me in my entire journey. So such kind of things happen. But yeah, we must have to keep going.
I think the key takeaway from this point is that in engineering or in your academic student life, the life will offer you a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
You must be fast in your decision making. You must try, test, observe the output, and then take the decision. If you will not do that, you will end up sticking to one simple thing. And maybe the problem is that some of us emotionally stick to a single thing,
Yeah.
like it happened with a lot of students who prepare for UPSC. They end up preparing for UPSC for 4 to 5 years, and then they realize that no, it is not my cup of tea. I'm not able to do this.
Yeah.
I'm made for something else. Let's discover something else. So in today's scenario, when life is running very fast, opportunities are coming and going. You must be a fast decision maker. That is a key takeaway from this point.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. So now, Malhar, I want to know more about outscale from you. Like, if
Mhm.
a student want to be a game developer,
Yeah.
how outscale is helping
Yeah.
him or her to be a game developer?
Okay. So there are like two teachers in my life. First is, like I already said, first teacher is of Ravindra Babu Ravada, where I learned about the gate. And I personally think that is like months of my preparation. Like, that is a like key part of my life currently. And the second one is like Mayank sir itself. So I will tell the game development journey right now. So after deciding to go for a game development, I came from the region where no one is, literally no one. I just and if you are in such environment, like, it is like very hard to be motivated as well. So if your friends are like doing job or like whatever, like they just decided to job in software industry, but I decided to stick with my passion. And after like doing a lot of hard work of the gate and all the stuff, that was like really hard to keep motivated myself. So I will again share a cool tip. So as we all know social media, right? So if you are in such situation, so just for making yourself feel good, na, I just was making small videos of my projects. And I was posting on LinkedIn, I was posting on Insta. So that makes me feel good. I'm not like social media freak. I just literally use 15 minutes day social media. But those 10 to 15 minutes to showcase my work to someone else, that was like helping me a lot when I started the game development journey. So especially if you are in such region where no one is knowing about what the hell are you doing, means no one know what is game development, what is Unity. They just don't even know the names of the software itself. So if you are from such regions, you have to keep motivated yourself. So self motivation is the only key. No one gonna come to you and motivate you. So yeah, I first put some portfolio in wix.com. Then I got internship in Pune. So at that time, that internship was like very great opportunity for me. Finally I got some people from which I can do the game development. And apart, before the internship, I was doing on my own, right? So even though studio was like 10 people, the Arcanheim Interactive, the company name, we shared a great bond. They literally helped me a lot. When you come from this environment and when you get that exposure, that feel is like awesome. So those 6 months also helped me a lot. So after that, while doing an internship of 6 months, I literally realized that I have no basic knowledge. So though I have worked hard for gate preparation, and my basics, in the sense my theoretical knowledge was up to that. I know data structures, I know how to code, I know pointers, I know inheritance and all the stuff. But majority of the time I lagged in the object oriented programming, because in gate I studied only C language. I may be talking little bit technical and little bit computer science specific, but I will like brief the introduction. So C is a language where there are no object oriented programming concept, and object oriented programming is the concept for computer science student is like very important. And that I was like totally missing, that skill set was totally missing. And I was telling, and especially in game development where the outscale played a huge part in my life. After internship, I saw a huge gap between my knowledge and where my existing skill set and my required skill set. So at
Demand of
that,
the industry, right?
exactly, demand in the sense, yeah, means I will brief the example. So in games, if you're writing a code for one level, that doesn't matter. So I am writing at the time of internship, I can write a code for one level, but that code was not reusable for hundreds of levels. So if you can relate, my code was only working for level 1, but the industry demands for, okay, if your code is working for level 1, then that code, the same program should work for thousand numbers of levels as well. So such kind of scalability is required in your programming. Such kind of skill set is required, especially in game development. If you compare app development or web development, that might not be the case, but especially for a web development, the flexibility in your code, because game design keeps on changing. So today my designer is saying, okay, there are only 5 enemies in this level. Tomorrow he might come and say, okay, there won't be 5, there will be one boss fight and there will be 10 enemies. He can do anything, right? And design, and that's not designer's fault. So game development itself, field is so heavy. You have to keep on iterating your game to make that game very good. So the iterations will come in a rigorous manner. Means in a week there are iterations. In this week I am implementing a level by this way. In another week I might be making level of entire new things. So for such things, now your code must be that scalable, that flexible. So at that, such skill sets are like very very important to crack any job, like any sustainable career in game development. So I sense that, I literally sense that, and I took a decision. This is point to stop, and this is where I should focus on some courses. And then I got to know about Outscale. And literally whatever the problems that I have shared, like code scalability, code flexibility, uh, code architecture, how to architect your code. Like on the other hand, there are MVC design patterns, on observant design patterns. Again, I'm little bit going technical side, but object oriented programming, the main weakness of mine. So all these weaknesses get covered by the Outscale. The core structure is like so good, and I just literally felt that the things that I'm missing, the exact same things the Outscale was providing to me. So I just took 6 months of course, and I, even before completion of my course, I just got opportunity in DevTouch. Bangalore, remote opportunity. I just started my journey of DevTouch in August. So in a proper lockdown, I just got opportunity. So my family was happy. But all these, to be honest, my entire credit of the professional life, I would really like my entire credit goes to Outscale and his team and Mayank sir as well. So second teacher in my life is like Mayank sir. He like taught me a lot things about game development. So that's a role of Outscale.
Okay, okay. So, what is the kind of environment in Outscale where
Hmm.
students involve and get to learn game development? Like in Intrepid Geeks, we usually act as a bridge between students and opportunities. We give
Yeah,
them a platform, we interact with them, we help them to connect with mentors, and mentors guide them in a particular field.
yeah.
I want to know what is the kind of environment in Outscale. Suppose I, Divyansh Sharma,
Hmm.
graduated. I am a known coder, but I am interested in game development and I want to join Outscale. Want to
Okay,
learn game development.
okay,
What is the environment there?
okay. So again, when I just finished the internship, I just got into the Outscale, and environment is like so good. Outscale is not a course providing company. So Outscale is a company itself. So if you are a student of Outscale, you work as an employee of Outscale. In the sense, there are like bunch of products, bunch of projects are given to you where you have to do projects. You have to make your own games. You have to report back to the towards your teachers, as well as there are like a bunch of teaching assistants as well as bunch of student success representatives in Outscale, where you have to report, where you have to do daily stand-ups. So majority of the time what happens, if I am a student, I just don't know how the environment of the company is, but Outscale is providing you the entire environment of company itself at that time of course. So when I was doing a course, I used to do daily stand-ups on like 5:30 is the time. So at 5:30 I will come in front of my student success representative, in front of my mentor, like whoever he is, like a responsible person, and I will share my updates. Okay, in today I worked on this concept, today I implemented this, today I just covered this topic, I literally loved this, I didn't get this, I'm not getting this, or like I'm facing issues in this section. So whatever it can be, whether it is implementation or whether there are like any problems you are facing, you have to come up and you have to share those. So at that by following such practices na, students will get to know about the company environment, they will like get to used to it. So when I joined the DevTouch, I just never felt that it was my first day of job. So literally, I was like, okay, it was like normal day. For first day of job for a fresher, there are like lot of things to acquire, lot of things to like set. So in my case, it was like normal day because I was doing all those things in Outscale itself. So that is the overall environment of the Outscale.
Great, great. It is amazing. I think the best way to learn is to teach. So when you get to teach, you get to learn a lot of things, and that
Yeah,
is what kind of environment you have maintained there.
yeah.
What's your piece of advice to those students who are entering into engineering and to
Hmm.
those who are exiting out of this academic world
Hmm.
to the professional world?
Okay, great. So I will first cover the advice for the students who are like entering into the engineering. So irrespective of your field, first ask yourself what you want to do. I know at even I was knowing that what I want to do, but I was not knowing how to do it. Right. So at least you should understand what do you want. Suppose you are a mechanical engineer and you are like totally passionate about making your automobiles and like whatever. I just don't know about mechanical engineering a lot. I just like giving you example. So suppose my brother is there, who is doing mechanical engineering. He's like quite interested to make drones as well like helicopter, like that kind of thing, that kind of machinery. He loved to make that. So first ask yourself why you are entering into this. After that, figure out what are the possible path, how I can achieve that. So if the one way, and start iterating immediately. So even if you consider my case, I just know I want to like be in that stage where at least I have some kind of knowledge. So I just take one path and just started exploring that. I'm talking about gate. So I just don't know what to do. I just pick the hardest path and just I just try to follow the path. So if in worst case, if you don't know any path, I would suggest start working hardest. And if you are working hardest, then at least there you will definitely get a path where you want to go. So for those who are like entering into the engineering, first ask yourself what you want to do. If you know how to do, then start doing it, start doing the iterations over it. It will not happen that okay, you might do it on a first go. I'm not saying there are lots of students that can do it as well. In their first go they will achieve what they exactly want to do. But you have to keep on iterating yourself, you have to try out new ways to achieve your goals. On the other hand, if you are not getting anything about what to do, then again, this is my strategy. If you want to follow it, it's like your choice. I just do that. If I'm not knowing what to do, I just do the hardest things. And for the exiting ones, so those who are like entering into the professional world, first of all, whatever mistakes that you have done, or whatever things that you have learned, there will be two things in your hand after exiting in the engineering, exiting from the engineering. There will be some mistakes and there will be some learnings. So first understand your mistakes, where you were lagging, what kind of mistakes you have done in your 4 years of life, and what things you have learned. So after analyzing those things, you will get to know what things you need to do to to enter into professional world, or if you are like already entered into the professional world. And even after entering into the professional world, it is not that easy to survive if you not working on yourself regularly.
Right.
So yeah, I will suggest for those guys, start working on yourself regularly. Working on yourself means keep asking your questions, what I'm doing wrong today, what I can improve in. So such kind of questions will help you a lot towards the professional life.
Right. And now the most famous and the last question,
Okay.
which engineers get to hear from in a lot of interviews. Where do you see yourself after 5 years? So Malhar,
Okay.
as a game developer, as an
Hmm.
instructor, where do you see yourself after 5 years?
Okay. So I just joined Outscale as a subject matter expert. So as I already told, I am a big fan of Outscale, and currently I am employee of Outscale.
Oh, great.
So to be honest, uh, making Outscale as much big company as possible, it will be my goal after 5 companies, because Outscale is not just a company for me. It is just because I am that kind of person. If someone has helped me in my difficult times, I will do everything for that. So there is special bond between Outscale and me. It is not only a employer and employee relationship between me and Outscale. So I would say making Outscale a multi-billionaire company, and like anything multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire will be my goal for the upcoming 5 years. That is for sure.
Right. I think educational companies should not have this goal in a prior basis. They should
Hmm.
have the goal to penetrate to more and more students so
Yeah,
that
exactly.
their services can be easily accessible to all the engineering,
Yeah.
all the students. I must say, a
Yeah.
very insightful session, very amazing session. I believe that we must conduct these kind of sessions on monthly basis so that students can get to learn more and more about game development and other technical fields where they can join. Thank you very much, Malhar.
Yeah.
I think this was a very amazing podcast.
Okay.
A lot of learnings from me. For me also, I can guide now. I can guide students who want to get into game development. I'll say that these are the things, and then they'll reach to that point. I'll say go to Outscale and join
Yeah.
their community.
Great. Great.
Thank you very much, Malhar.
Great. Thanks a lot, Divyansh, for giving me this opportunity.
Thanks. Yes. Ending the session. Thank you very much, everyone, to
Yeah.
listen. Yes.
Bye bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Divyansh. Thank you, Malhar.